Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 6th of July 2021 and the time now is 6:17 a.m. Well, today our topic is we have discovered how to use the same amount of money to obtain double happiness. How can we use the same amount of time to earn double income? Share any thoughts that is relevant to you. So before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Alright, so here we go. Yep. Yeah, so today we focus on the second part, right? Use the same amount of time to earn double income.
Mm,
Yeah. So for this topic, I think yeah, time here is the key, is the constraint uh to us. And then yeah, uh, uh, I think for my case, which link to me, relevant to me, what I'm doing, and yeah, I'm a tuition teacher. So I think for here, at the current moment, it is possible to yeah to increase uh the money that I earn, uh which I didn't have to spend more time, because right now we are using the online platform to conduct our tuition class. So for here actually is the number of students can the increase of number of students won't increase the time that I spent. Yeah, this is for current, and then in the past, without the pandemic, we conduct classes in the tuition center, and then in that case, some of the case we can afford to have more students without having to add to add one more class. I mean, to have um, without having to open another class for these additional students. Yeah, but for some of the classes, actually it is limited. Yeah, the number of seats in the class is limited. So if I want to increase the number of students, I may need to spend more time to find maybe one more day, um, so that I can yeah open a new class for them. So currently, number of students, which is something um, possible for me to earn more income, double income. Yep. Um, all right. So it means that this is a difference between the channels. One is the online, the other one is physical. Um, for the online channel, it is possible to increase the number of students without having to spend more time. However, what I am doing right now, I also feels I can feel that once my class is the number of students increase, more than 10 people, more than 10 students in a class, even though now it is online class, and some of the students they will like to um, they want a smaller class. They sometimes they will tell me that is there any other uh, time, or how about we choose another time and then uh, we have a smaller class. Yeah, they will uh, um, demand and then try to ask me whether this
why
is possible. Because previously they are in a small class physically in the tuition center. Yeah, so now because I combine them into one class because they are the same age, so yeah, I combine them into one class.
Why
Yeah,
you
so
want the small class? Is it
mm,
because of the stress or is it because something else? They cannot catch the tone. Maybe
mm,
they are not familiar about the Zoom. Or maybe they didn't. Some of students they didn't
mm,
unmute the mic, so
mm.
it make it little bit crowd.
Oh, okay. I think it is not because of Zoom or Google. Students nowadays they are very young. They are new generation. Sometimes they know more than me how to use Zoom or Google Meet. Um, I think the problem is because it's also not the problem that maybe it's too noisy or what. Because I will keep them all uh, muted, and then only when I ask them, I call their name, they can unmute and then to say something. So the problem is because in my class, even though it is online, I prefer to have the two ways communications. I would like to ask them to answer the question. I would ask them whether I would test them whether they understand, and then maybe I will ask somebody to repeat what I said just now. So yeah, we will have a lot of communication. So I will call them basically one by one. So if that is a big
One by
class,
one.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, for example, if we have this exercise, there are 10 questions, so I will call them one by one to answer the question, something like
then how
that.
can you scale if now 10
Mm,
students increase to 20 students, how
yeah.
can you use the same quantity of time to earn
Mm,
double income?
yeah. Yeah, this is what I want to say because if the class is 5 person and if there are 10 questions, so it means that one person can have the chance to answer two questions. And then if the class is bigger, let's say is 12 person, so maybe the other 2 person they cannot answer the question, and then they need to wait until next time I maybe I have something to ask them, or I go into the next exercise. They still have the chance to answer.
Let me,
Um,
let me ask you some questions. Let
mm,
me ask you a question.
yeah.
Few days ago, I actually attended one Zoom meeting. This is a course about the digital marketing.
Oh,
And
okay.
then inside the course, the lecturer also give us some activity times. They call it
Mm,
activity times. And
yeah.
then it's something like they give you a question and then they give you 5 minutes to think to
Mm,
think by yourself.
yeah.
So could it possible for you to do that? For example, if you
Mm,
ask the student one by one,
yeah.
how many times the student need to answer?
How many times? Do you
Yeah,
mean how many times or how much time?
yeah. How much time they need to answer?
Oh,
Average.
how?
So for
Okay.
example, one student maybe they need 1 minute or 2 minutes, then
Mm,
five students they need 10 minutes. Then how about 10 students,
mm,
right?
yep. Yes.
And then if you give them 5 minutes to think about this question and then do this question, and then after that you ask them show their note to the
Mm,
screen so you can see the answer.
mm, yep. Share their notes to the screen. Um, uh,
No, share their no, not share their screen, just take out the note,
mm-mm,
put in front of the screen so you can see. Yeah, let's say this is a mathematics.
yeah.
Okay, and then you can see their workout, you can see their answer.
Mm,
And if this is the simple questions, and then they just need to write their answer and then show the screen to you.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yes.
and you don't necessarily need to ask them to share the screen to you, and then you need to check one by one. That's not necessary.
Mm.
There are some people, and also if this is a yes or no question,
Yeah, yeah.
it will be more easier. Left hand and raise your left hand. Raise your left hand if this is if you think the answer yes, and then
Mm.
and then and then raise your right hand if
Yeah.
the answer if you think the answer is no. Yeah,
Mm.
it's more easier,
Mm. Yep.
right?
Yep.
So I think this is about your method. This is about your problem. This is not their problem, and you didn't investigate. Mm.
Mm. Yep. Yep. Yeah, and uh, from what you said just now, so that for that online course, all of you did open the camera, right?
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, because in my class I didn't do that.
Yeah, and
Mm.
yeah, you can ask them. You can ask them. Yeah. Later we need to like ask you some question, and then you need to open your camera a while.
Mm.
You also can do that. You didn't try, and yeah, if you don't want to do that, you also can use another method, which is you ask them type type the answer and send
Mm.
to you privately. So send to
Mm.
your private chat, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, this also could be one of the solution. If they
Mm.
don't want to
Yes.
type, you say you can take photo. You work out on the paper and then you take photo, send to me.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
Yeah. That's
excuse, right? Mm.
mm-mm. Yeah. That is possible. Yeah. For Zoom, it is. I like the function of private message, in Zoom. Yeah, but for Google Meet, I don't know why they don't have this function.
Mm.
They couldn't send private message.
And use
Yeah.
WhatsApp,
Yeah.
use other
Yeah.
apps.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah, but also I consider one more one more thing because for students, many of them they use phone to listen to my online class, and then and I also wonder whether it takes time for them to um to to write to go to the chat box and then type something and then go back, because some of them, let's say they need to answer the question, they need to look at the question, and then maybe they don't know how to spell the words, so they have to uh, go back go back to chat box and then go back to the questions. So and also find that some of the students they actually spend longer time to answer.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe from here I can try to design. Yeah, sometimes I design the question into multiple choice questions so that they can they can get the answer faster. So this is also something that I will consider.
Mm.
Hmm. Yeah, and for the camera, I think yeah, maybe I can try like you say raise your hand. I think this is quite interesting. Maybe uh yeah, it will make the class less boring.
And also, yeah, because as a teacher, you need to see your student face so
Mm.
that you can know which student actually they 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 are not fully understood about something. Hmm. Or
Mm.
maybe their attention have been distracted, and then you
Mm.
can ask them come back. Hmm.
Yeah.
So if this is if this is a room that you just talk by your own and
Mm.
you didn't concern other people, why not you just film into a video and then let all of them watch the video? That's enough.
Mm. Yeah. 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 I really um uh uh good comment. And then I think it is also good to yeah, it is not it is something that I should do, I think, and I'll try it.
Mm.
Yep.
Because in the physical classroom, you will you'll see all the students' face, right?
Yep.
And you use your student face to make decisions.
Mm,
Mm.
yep.
Why move to online? You can't do that. Definitely,
Mm,
you can do that,
yep.
and
Yep.
also you should do that.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, so this is for online, and then yeah, so also it is not that the limit that I mentioned just now is not a problem which cannot be solved. It can be solved. It depends on how I conduct the lesson, right? How I um design my lesson.
Yeah.
Mm, yep. And then yeah, so I think this is the possible way. And then one another is to record uh the lesson. And then yeah, what I think is possible, which is for for s- for s- um for some part of my lesson, let's say I am trying to explain something, and then for this one, this can be uh I think for this one, this can be recorded. The explanation part can be recorded, but um uh it will take, for example, like 10 minutes, and then for a particular part, and then after that I can uh, also uh, include questions exercise for them to do, and that may also take around 10 minutes, so that is 20 minutes. And then after that, come back to uh, um, uh, and then I will take over after these 20 minutes. So I think for one lessons, it lasts 1.5 hours for my class, basically. And then by doing so, I think I can shorten the time that I look at the screen to around 1 hour and 10 minutes. And then I also think um, this is possible, and I maybe next time I will try to do it. And then for this, it doesn't actually double my income, but I think I can use the time to do other things within these 20 minutes. Um, yeah, maybe to prepare some other study material, and also maybe to just take a rest, maybe. So I think for this one is also possible.
Yeah. It couldn't it couldn't help you double your income with the
Mm.
same quantity of time in short terms, but it definitely can prevent you to earn ordinary income with double times.
Um, uh, uh,
If
uh,
now the if now the class, the 10 students, they want to
mm,
split 5 to 5,
yeah.
then you need to double the time.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah. Right.
it can prevent that.
Mm. Yep. So, yes, and then for the next option is charge higher. For this one, I think it is quite difficult, especially at this time. And during pandemics, I feel like I am quite fortunate. I'm quite lucky because most of my students, they study in independent school, and because of this, most of them actually comes from uh, a well-off family, a more, I mean, a richer family. So uh, for this month, and it lasts for, I think more than 1 year we have the online class, and actually I didn't adjust my tuition fee. I still charge them the same, and then I put it online, and I cut the time from 2 hours in the tuition class to 1.5 hours online. And by doing so, they still can accept it. And I only lost a very small uh, proportion of students, which is around 10%. So I think charge higher is difficult, but I can maintain my current students is something that I feel really lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One question about what you say just now. You say you ask your students one by one, and then
Mm.
how about the questions? Do you give them the different questions?
Yeah, that is a different question. For example, for some exercise, because even though I ask them one by one, but I like to, uh, I don't follow the order. So I want them to, every one of them to answer, to have an answer in their mind before I call. And then once I call them, if they take too long time, I will try to ask whether you uh, don't understand, or why did you spend so long time. So
What is the question? Is it a mathematics or is it English?
uh, yeah, it is English. And then
Oh, yeah.
yeah, basically we will have like 10 questions for one part, right?
So for English, it will be easier, right? If
Yeah.
this is some other questions like mathematics, maybe
Mm,
like science, you need
yeah.
to refer to maybe you need to refer to the big questions. Maybe you
Mm,
need to refer to the paragraph. Some question like yeah, I believe in English also there are some questions you need to refer to the paragraph.
yeah.
And if you use this kind of method, you couldn't ask you couldn't ask a question like this.
Mm,
You can only ask a certain questions.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. And then just now you say that in the class that you attended, uh, you can show the note to the did you use your camera function?
Okay,
I
yeah.
mean the front camera to take the picture.
Uh, I didn't show the note
Mm,
to the lecturer, but I think it could be very easy because you can take out your notes whenever uh yeah, because when you are studying
mm,
you have write something, right,
yeah.
and you can write your answer on the paper,
Mm,
and then you just take out the paper and put in front of the camera.
yeah.
You don't need to take photo, and you just and maybe you ask the student hold for a second, and then you screenshot, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because uh what I know is that if you write something and then we use the the camera function, especially the front camera function, the words will go the opposite side. I mean,
Oh
uh,
yeah. Mm. Yeah,
so mm,
yes, this also could be one of the challenges. Yeah, so I think so you just ask your student take a photo and send you through the WhatsApp. Mm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then yeah, also one thing I found which is relevant, which students uh when they are younger than uh 15 years old, which means 15 years old is Form 3 in Malaysia, the grade. And then, yeah, students starting from Form 3, they are kind of more sensible. They are uh, more self-disciplined. They are more willing to cooperate. Yeah, so uh, every time when I conduct the class, I can feel like they are more attentive. And if I ask them to answer question, they will take shorter time, they will cooperate more. But for students younger than that grade, yeah, some of them, I don't know why, yeah, they just take longer time, or uh, sometimes they they didn't reply, and then yeah, we have a lot of these problems.
Mm.
So for online class, I think maybe in the future, even after the pandemic, if I have the chance to open online class, the target student, I think I will consider uh, the grade from Form 3 onwards. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. One more question
Mm,
about the Google Classroom.
yeah.
You use a Google Classroom, right?
Uh, Both actually, but Zoom
Yeah.
I prefer. I don't really prefer it because I am not a paid user, so I have to reopen the class after 40 or
Yeah.
45
No,
minutes.
I'm talking about the Google Classroom. I'm not
Mm.
talking about the Google Meeting.
Google Class. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, have you tried to use the Google Classroom before?
Yes, I am using it, but not very often.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. And couldn't you upload your questions to the Google Classroom, and then
Mm.
so they can answer, and then you can see a record,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, for
Mm.
example, if you have 10 students, 7 of them have viewed this question, 7 of them have maybe 7 of them have viewed this question, and 5 of them have answered the question. So you can have a record. You see, I'm not sure, but I think
Yes, yes.
it should be, yeah,
Yeah.
it should have this function.
Mm.
So you can, instead of using the WhatsApp, because if let's say you want to scale to 100 students, how
Yeah.
can you manage that message? You couldn't.
Mm.
So it's better for you to start to study the tools and then try to use the most appropriate tool before
Yeah.
going forward. So I
Yeah.
think Google Classroom will be the best choice in this case.
Mm. Yes. Really, Google Classroom is uh, quite comprehensive, and then it can even help us uh, to find out which questions students uh, uh, do it wrong. Yeah, they can
Mm,
have the statistic figure which question
mm,
most students get the wrong answer.
yeah.
Mm,
So yeah, you can use the Google Classroom.
mm,
Mm.
yeah, yeah,
And I'm not sure whether Google Classroom allows a student upload the photo as an answer.
yeah. They can.
Also
Yeah,
able, right? Yeah.
yeah.
So
It depends on the type of my question. Sometimes if I choose the multiple choice question, so they cannot upload the photos, they can only tick the answer. But if
mm,
I design some other types of question, they can do it.
mm,
Yeah,
yeah. So mm, yeah.
yeah.
So have you finished your sharing?
Yeah, that's it
Mm,
for my sharing.
okay. Yeah, before I start my sharing, ask you a question.
Mm,
And this is this is a critical question to me. I'm not sure whether it's a critical question to you.
okay.
But this question is not that critical for thinking.
Mm,
Is critical for our reflection. Okay.
okay.
Because this is an old topic, and then the first the first time we had this topic is 25 25th of June 2000
2020.
2020. Yeah,
Okay.
2020. So now today is 6th of July
Mm,
2021.
yeah.
So is 1 year 1 year had passed.
Mm,
And
yeah.
around 1 year plus 2 weeks. Mm.
Mm.
So have you yeah, have you double your income?
Double my income.
compared
Um,
to that time?
not double, but actually from last year to this year, I actually increased a lot.
Mm.
Mm, yeah.
With the same quantity of time?
With the same quantity of time, no, I almost double my time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, so, so let's say if we, okay, if I use the, uh, if I use the hourly uh wages or hourly income, so it
Mm.
actually didn't change, right?
Yeah, didn't change.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, to me also, it didn't increase a lot. Yeah, of course there are some increments, but it's insignificant. Mm.
Mm.
So when we discussing the topic, using the same quantity of time to
Yeah.
earn double income, and then after 1 year, and yeah, we couldn't do that because it's really difficult. Yeah,
Mm.
to
Yeah.
not talking about using the same times double income. If you just want to double income, it already difficult, and maybe
Mm.
you double your times, and then you still couldn't double your income.
Yeah.
Yeah, so so it made me think. Hmm, it made me think, and the first impression to me when I think on this, it's actually it may not be the good topic. Okay, and then but when I think deeper and I think maybe we can think from another perspective.
Mm.
Yeah, not the same quantity of times not necessarily needs an hours, not necessarily needs half day, 1 day, or 1 month, or 1 year.
Mm.
It could be 2 years, it could be 5 years, it could be 10 years.
Oh, in longer term.
Yeah, and you need to look at your nature of work to see whether your job nature able to scale. So let's say if you work for a company
Mm.
as an employee and then
Yeah.
you're taking the fixed salary, so it's not possible to scale forever.
Mm.
Yeah. So the only way for you to use the same quantity of time to earn double income is increase your salary, increase double.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe in this case, you you have some option which is join another company, or
Mm.
maybe contribute more value to the company, and then request a higher salary. But this is very difficult for you to increase doubling. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very difficult to double income.
Mm.
And then you can double this time. How can you double next time? Right?
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
exponentially. The difficulty is exponentially increased.
Mm.
Mm. And then so that you so that we need to find some of the tasks that we can do, and then it the nature is we just need to spend one time, and then we can keep collecting the returns.
Mm.
So it's something like it's actually this is the idea of the passive income. Yeah. Do you get what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So mm, so when I look at this, uh we use the same quantity of time to earn double income, and maybe we need to review our job nature, and then we need to see what can we do, and then what can we change, so that maybe we can earn the double income with the same quantity of time in future.
Mm.
Mm, yeah, and I uh I think it's few years ago I watched a video. It talked about how we earn the income. Mm, and
Yeah.
then income could be earned from few ways. First is a time, and
Mm.
second is manpower, and third is a risk, and the fourth one is the money. You use money
Mm.
to earn money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then most of the time we don't use just one. We don't just use one of the source to earn the income. Yeah, just now I talked four: time, manpower, risk, money, and also this one is professional.
Oh, so totally is 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the list could go could go could go down even. Yeah.
Mm.
It depends on you how you uh
Describe.
how you categorize the
Mm.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for example, you are a teacher, maybe you use your times, you use your maybe a little bit manpower, and then
Mm.
also the professional.
Yeah.
And then let's say for auditor employer, the auditor who need to sign the report, maybe they need to take a little bit risk. They also need the professional. They
Yeah.
also need the times. They also need a little bit manpower. Yeah.
Mm.
And
Yep.
also, there are many examples you can think by your own, and then to see what's your job nature involve how many criteria:
Yeah.
time, manpower, risk, money, and professional.
Mm.
To me, I'm accountant. I I need time, manpower, a little bit risk, but near to zero.
Mm.
Because I can like mitigate. I can I can transfer my risk to to my boss, to the
Mm.
management.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something that I couldn't make decision. I let them do.
Mm.
And money, no, zero.
Mm.
I don't use money to earn my income.
Yeah.
And
Professional.
professional, of course, yes. Yeah,
Mm.
so I use four. Mm. Sorry, I use three. Yeah, because risk is nearly zero. Time,
Okay.
manpower, and professional.
Mm.
Yeah. And during this year, I actually try to reduce my manpower involvement. So I design a lot of automations tools. Yeah, and then I I can reduce first I can reduce my time
Mm.
spent on the job, and second I can reduce my manpower to do the manual checking, so to do the manual job.
Yeah.
Because the systems that I design can do by their own. I just need to maybe I just need to check, just need to review. Mm. And for example, this English conversation is actually the video is generate and it trained and also is edit by the by the Python. This is
Yeah.
uh one of the application that I built. Mm. So every morning I go to my office, I just need to click two buttons. Yeah,
Wow.
and two buttons at the same time. So yeah, of course I need to drag my video to the correct location so my
Mm.
Python can read the file. Mm. And then
Yeah.
I just need to click buttons, and then after it done, and then the Python will prompt a message to me. Yeah, the video have done. So
Mm.
I need to click OK. This is something like the message box. So because I design the message box, because sometimes I overlook, and then after a few hours, I still didn't aware. Yeah, actually I'm running the Python in background and it already done, but
Mm.
but I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after the video has been done, and then I drag back to my phone. Yeah,
Mm.
actually for this part for drag the file to my computer, and also drag my drag the export the file back to my phone. This
Yeah.
part can be automated. Yeah, and I and I also have tried to do, but
Mm.
because of the nature of my phones, and my phone is something called a portable device.
Mm.
So it could it my my desktop reads my phone as a portable device.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get the address, so I couldn't ask the Python to directly go to my phone and which location and take the file. I couldn't. And I also try some way and to convert this portable device to the removable disk. So it's something like your pen drive. There's an extension which is for example, a hard disk. There's an extension, for example, like C, and also another hard disk is D. And your pen drive maybe is E, maybe is Z. So I already tried some way to do that, to check to turn my phone as a portable device to this removable disk. But this is not it's not that good, and it didn't solve the problems smartly, because I need to connect every time I open my computer. I need to use my manual. I need to use my hands to click the mouse and then to change my portable device to the removable disk. And sometimes it didn't work because my Python still couldn't read the file locations. So currently I still use my manual to drag the file into computer and drag the exported file back to my phone. And then the upload part still doing by my own. And this is this is not my job, and this is something I do daily. And then but for all of these things, could it have possibility, or could it have the probability to earn income? Maybe yes, maybe no. I'm not sure. But for me, if I try to answer the questions that I asked you just now, 1 year have passed. Have I double my income with the same quantity of time? Definitely no. And then what can we do? And personally, what can I do? And the first, I have think few of the stuff. The first is trading, which is maybe it's like the stock trading, maybe the cryptocurrency trading. But look at the framework. It involves the risk, it involves the money. So you try to use the same quantity of money to earn additional money. You have the chance to earn double income. But you also have the risk to lose all your funds. And trading is very, very difficult, and most of the people, they couldn't beat the market. So even for me, my trading result is not good. And most of the income actually earns from investments, and also most of the income that I earn from investment is actually earned from one strategy, simple strategies that I use in my lifetime, which is the dollar cost averaging. In the past, I try to spot, I try to time the market, and I try to find the buying point. I try to find the selling point, but that didn't let me earn a lot of money. But if I just use the dollar cost averaging and I just need to buy in, so maybe at every first of month, or maybe bi-weekly, I just need to buy in, and then I don't need to look at the price to do anything else. And then it actually let us earn more money. It actually let us make more money. So trading is really difficult. And then the second stuff here I can do is actually writing a book. And I think start from last month, and I start my journaling. I start journaling, and then I realized that I actually can do some accumulation, and then try to write my idea, try to write my thinking out into the papers,
Yeah.
and then maybe after some time I can collect them, and then I can like do some editing and then make it become a book. It also could be one of the way
Yeah.
to use the same quantity of time to earn double income. And third is actually making video. Yeah, making
Yep.
video. Now we already do it. Yeah, this is something that we are doing, but actually for our this channel, this is the record. This is a full record of our daily conversation.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you want to make it more viewable and then to other people, because most of people, I think, including you and me, we don't like to watch, we don't like to listen to a video or to a podcast more than hours, or
Yeah.
even more than 10 minutes or more than 15 minutes. That is too long to us.
Yeah.
So yeah, is there any way for us to like something like turns a long video into the short video by using the editing, maybe editing the highlight the points. Yeah, and it could be very, very time consuming actually.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and also we are speaking in English, and sometimes we need to think. We need to think, and our talking is not smooth.
Yep. We have a lot of post, right?
Yes. So it could be also one of the challenges. And if you're talking about, yeah, maybe we can something like make the video against. So we kind of like we have a long video, and then we try to find the highlight point and then make it at a short video, and then but we need to say it again. So this is also will spend you another time. Yeah, it also will spend you another time. Yeah, and then you also can have some other, you also can have some alternative. Maybe you can turn the English to the Chinese. Yeah. So you spread the knowledge in by using Chinese language, and then upload the video to YouTube instead of English, because it is our mother language. So yeah, so maybe we can do better at that. Yeah, and then this is three of the thing. These three of the thing for me personally, I think this is possible. Yeah, it's still possible and not probable to use the same quantity of time to earn double income.
Yeah.
And writing book could be the higher probability for you to achieve that. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what kind of book are you going to write?
Yeah, I still don't know. Yeah, I still don't know. Maybe it's about investments. Maybe it's about some ideas, some concept, some thinking methods. It could be anything.
Yeah.
And but we need to aware that actually book now is not that popular anymore. It's not that popular. Yeah, it's no longer that popular, but it's still popular. And what is the most popular stuff right now is actually the video. So yeah, so making video maybe is a thing. It's a thing I should try, and then I should spend time on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is my sharing.
And suddenly, it reminds me of something you said. I think it's an idea. Um, from you last year. Which you plan to to create some template, and then you say maybe there is a market you can sell the template. Is it?
Yeah, I said it.
Mm.
I said this before,
Yeah.
but
So
this is.
is it still possible?
I think this is not possible. Because the template is easy for me. It means
Yeah.
it's easy to use for me, but not easy to use for other people. Yeah, and for many of the people who
Mm.
spend money and they prefer a HR system. Yeah, they prefer HR system, and maybe the system require you to spend more time on that, but they don't mind. They
Mm.
want they want a standardized product, and then they want their staff know, yeah, which part you can only key something, and then you couldn't alter anything, something like that. Yeah, so system like can give you the can give you the authority to restrict the user to do that. mm. Yeah, of
Mm.
course, if you really want to do, you can use Python to design a payroll system. Yeah, but when you use Python to design a payroll system, and then maybe you can do better than other people. Yeah,
Yeah.
and but look at the market. The market is very, very competitive, and there are many software, and there are many like SaaS, which is the service as a provide. A service as uh a service as a software, or maybe the is turn around is software as a system. Software as a service. Yeah, so
Mm.
this is like the online. This is like the web portal, and then you don't need to buy the whole software. You don't need to buy the license to use the software, and you can register an account. And every time you want to use the software, you
Yeah.
go to you go to your web browser, and then you log in. You type our website, and then you log in. So you can do anything you want to do in our portal. Yeah.
Mm.
So, and the cost is not high. And then uh yeah, and you if you compare to the market, um, yeah, this is not this is not that easy to do. And then you also need to spend a lot of time to do maybe the maintenance.
Yeah.
Mm. And even and even for, yeah, let's say you want to sell the template, you want to sell the Excel templates. It also could be a challenges, because some company they want different design of the payslip, or some company they want include different information into a payslip or something.
Mm.
Maybe their their salary calculation, their wages calculation have some difference.
Yeah.
So your standardized template couldn't fix couldn't fit into their need. Mm. And
Mm.
for for those companies, their payroll nature is very, very easy. They don't even need a template to do that. Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
because for example, they of course they need to calculate, let's say, the CPF, which is the EPF in our country, in Malaysia.
Mm.
Yeah, and also some other, let's say something like the SDL, which is the SOXO. Uh,
Mm.
and you need to calculate all of this,
Yeah.
and then maybe you just need a very, very easy VLOOKUP functions in Excel, and you can do that. Or maybe you don't know how to do, and then you go to the website. For example, SOXO have their website. and also like CPF. CPF also has a website, and you can go there and then you type your salary, you type your maybe allowance, bonus, and then you choose the date, and then they'll give you an answer, and you just need to copy your answer. Or maybe you can use your portal. Yeah, the CPF has a portal. You should log into your portal, and then you type the salary, and then they'll automatically help you to calculate your CPF amount. Yeah. So the government already do most of the thing. Yeah, and you just need to spend a little bit more time. Yeah, unlike Malaysia. Yeah. So, and this free. Yeah. So for most of the country, even though they don't have the payroll template, and they when they want to calculate their CPF contribution for their staff, they log in their CPF account and then change the salary.
Yeah.
Maybe add the overtime payments or something like that, and you change the we call it the OW, which is the ordinary wages. You key your ordinary wages, OW, and also the AW, which is additional wages. Yeah, these are terms.
Yeah.
And then the CPF website automatically help you to calculate the CPF, and then you copy the amount, and then you paste back to your Excel. Then you can have your payroll listing. Yeah. So for most of the company, they don't need to do that. They don't need to spend money to buy a template. And if they want to use the template, they may prefer to subscribe to the service, or maybe they'll prefer to use a software. Yeah. Because of the permission, the permission problem. Yeah. They couldn't allow the staff wipe out all the information easily or do something like that. Yeah, but the template is really great for me. Yeah, and I use a template, and if you ask me to use some other software, I definitely will say no. I prefer my Excel template because I'm very familiar to my Excel template. So I can use, maybe I can use just maybe 20 minutes to do the money payroll stuff. And then I can click one button to export, or maybe to print the payslip for all staff, or maybe for single staff for the whole year. Yeah. And this is something that software couldn't achieve easily. Yeah, because the software will require you to click some button and link you to a page, and then you need to export your document. You need to print your documents, and then it takes some time. And then you couldn't like query the information very quickly. Yeah. But Excel definitely can do that. This is just about the adaptability. Yeah. If you want to design a customized product, or maybe you want to create a product which suitable for a wider range of people, and then Excel is quite difficult to do that. Yeah. But you still can design. You still can design to suit your needs. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. You still can design to suit your needs. But if you have a lot of needs and you need to suit different group of people needs, and then Excel, you just make your application more complicated. And it's not necessary. Yeah. And that's a reason why they create a software. Yeah, because software can allow you to do this.
Mm. Yep.
Yeah, and then in the past, I also remember you talk about you want to like do some what is it called, the anime video, right?
Animation. Yeah. Yeah.
For teaching.
Mm.
Mm. Is this still uh feasible to you?
Um. Currently, actually, yeah, I think I have a plan to record some video. I think um animation may be useful, but it's not necessary.
Mm.
Yeah, may not necessary. Um, yeah. Also, actually, recently I saw some advertisement which allow us. It is like a software allow us to make animation easily, and then the advertising lines is like you only need $67 a year to make videos, and you don't have to appear on your video because everything is animated,
US
and
dollar.
yeah, US dollar. So yeah, that is quite expensive if you didn't use it uh as your main um I mean, if you just want to use some little function, of course that is very expensive. But if you are a YouTuber, maybe that is a good way.
But how you make a video on the website?
I am not sure because that is just advertising.
And because
It is something like you can type some keywords and then the animation will comes out, and then you can click which one you want, and then let's say if you type reading, and then maybe they will have a few options of people reading. Depends on which one you choose, something like that.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For this one, I think maybe I won't consider it first. I mean the animation. I will try to use just basic video first, and then if I really need it, and then only I will consider.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me now, my current plans is actually uh more focused on the trading. Yeah, and I'm not sure, but I'm not sure whether it could be work. Okay,
Mm.
but I kind of like try to learn the trading and then try to accumulate more experience. Yeah,
Yeah.
and because some of the trader they actually would tell you this, the average success probability is actually 50%. Yeah, 50%. So no matter what they do, they can only reach 50%. And for normal people, it could be lower,
Mm.
mm, maybe like 30% or maybe 20%. Mm. So you buy and you sell like that 10 times, you can only you have two times, you have two you have two times can earn money. Mm.
Mm.
But for trader, experienced trader, they do 10 trade, they can have 5 times to win the trade. Mm.
Yeah.
And then they need to control their portfolio. They need to control their positions. They need
Yeah.
to control their loss, their gains. Mm. For example, if you average gain, your past year result, your historic, your average gain is, let's say, like 10%.
Mm.
Yeah, your average returns is 10%. and then maybe you can set your cut loss at 5%. Yeah. So in long term, you can earn money because the ratio, the ratio, which is the gain to loss ratio, which is also same as the risk and reward ratio, or should be the reward to risk ratio is 2 to 1. Yeah, 10 is the returns, 10% is returns, 5% is the is your loss. Yeah, so it's a 2 to 1. So if you can keep this ratio, and then in long term you can earn money. Yeah. So even though you only have 50% probability to win a trade.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then how about if you only have 40% to win a trade? Yeah, less than 50%. Let's say 40%, you still are able to profit in the long term. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is actually how traders do. They actually need to manage their risk very, very well. They need to control their loss. They need to manage their gains. And this is something that I'm learning and I'm focused on right now.
Yeah, but isn't that trading require the time that you need to spend in to maybe to find a timing to
Yes, yeah,
to sell and to
yeah,
buy?
yeah. It need the time. Of course, it need the time. But if you compare anything we talking today, teaching, like you're teaching online, trading, writing book, making video, and which one is more scalable?
Scalable, I think it's video.
Really? Is
Yeah,
that easy to double your income?
double income.
The scalable I mean here is same quantity of time to earn double income.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, I think all of them is difficult. Let's say for trading, because if you really want double income from trading, the risk incurred is will be very high, right? The amount of money that you put in order to double the income.
So yeah, so you need to manage the risk. So I mean, the trading is difficult. Writing books is also difficult. Making videos is difficult. Teaching online is also difficult. And making video, many people make video for more than 1 year, including us. Have you seen any possibility to make money in future?
Not yet.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not yet, right? I'm talking about the possibility. I'm not talking about the probability.
Yeah.
And writing book, look at the Amazon. How many books available online? How many free books? And then you just go to the Google and then you can search any book you want to search. And then if you write a great book of the market and other people use some technique to share your book online for free, can you profit from that? Yeah, isn't that difficult? Yeah, I mean, isn't writing a great book itself is also difficult. But after you write a great book, you still need to promote, you still need to market, and you still need to, maybe you need your legal team, you need you need your IT departments, you need maybe you don't need your own department, you don't need your own team, but you need to ask some company help you to do that, help you to deal with this problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So teaching online. And yeah, it's good, but it's actually it is, yeah, the market is very competitive, right? And it
Yes.
is not easy to scale. And you also need to market, you also need to promote yourself, you need to like advertising, post advertisements to uh to the social media or to some other platforms to attract customer if you want to do online.
Yep.
Yeah, because and just now you only talk about your student actually increase, right? No, you didn't say your student increase, but you say two class merge into one class. But how many merge you can do in future?
Yeah.
At the end, it really depends on the on how many students you can attract in, right?
Yes.
Yeah, even though now you can merge, but how many students you have, and another 10, so you can merge again. You have another 20, then you can merge again. Yeah, and then there's a limit.
Yep.
There's limit because a student also don't want, yeah, a student also don't want uh to 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 study in a very big classroom, especially online.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they may require you to reduce your fee because you
Yep.
see you just spent 1.5 hours to teach 100 students. Yeah, could you reduce your fee? And my student actually get lesser resources. Yeah, because they initially, if there is 5 students, yeah, and your attention is your attention is 20% on them,
Yeah.
on each of them, and now it's 100, now it's only 2% on each of them.
Yep.
So the parents may argue you to reduce your fee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is something that you need depend on the largely a lot of time depend on the environment, and there are many things you couldn't control. Yeah, a lot of
Yep.
things you couldn't control. Yeah, but trading at the same time, of course, you couldn't control the stock price. But you can control your own risk. You can
Yep.
control which ticker you trade in order to reduce the risk, or maximize the profitability. Yeah, and also you don't need to like interact with other people. You don't need to like uh you don't need to wait, and you don't need to uh what I want to say is your decision making don't need
Yeah.
the response from other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so anything else you want to add in?
No. How about you?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all for our today conversations. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocabulary mistake that we made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like, subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.